Hey guys, SkittleRampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So today we're going to be going over everything current from Anime Expo, SDCC, and Fundays 2025. All of these events will be taking place in the next 1 to 2 months. Now, before we get started, we do have our question of the day, which is, what would you guys like to see at Anime Expo, SDCC, or Fundays this year? All the events bring all kinds of possibilities. Obviously, Anime Expo, specifically anime, that's what we'll majority see. However, SDCC is usually a wide variety of pops, and Fundays, they have all their random wacky Freddy Funkos. So comment down below what you would love to see from these events. Now let's go ahead and jump into things today. We don't have a ton to go over, so it will be a quick video. However, we do have some interesting things. So starting off with Anime Expo, we did actually show this off before, but we got a little bit of a better look at this Sung Jinu pop here. So this features him as an E rank early in the series, basically weak Jinu. And this is actually spotted from CCXP. We have an out-of-box look there. He has the weapon in hand. And what's interesting is he does actually come with the inventory there. Here's kind of a more blown up image of that. You can see a couple items in the inventory. I did think that was a really cool little accessory add there, and Funko does want to do more accessories in the future, so this is something more they were doing. Think of this as kind of like a Pop and Buddy, but accessory in its place. Love how this turned out. Definitely my favorite Sung Jinu pop so far. Now, unfortunately, this is the only Anime Expo exclusive we've had first looks at. It is expected to be a relatively small lineup though from Funko, given they have SDCC shortly after. If you don't know, Anime Expo is taking place in Los Angeles between July 3rd and 6th, just about a month away. So I do feel like in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll probably get official announcements from Funko talking about what we're going to see at the event, how you can buy them, and all that. For now though, let me know what you guys think about this Sung Jinu exclusive, and of course, what you want to see at Anime Expo this year. Alrighty, so next up, and also happening July, is SDCC exclusives. We do have looks at least 2 so far, and usually SDCC has around, I want to say like 30 to 50 exclusives depending the year. So let's go ahead and check these out. First up, we have Sensational Spider-Man. This is one you guys haven't seen yet, or I haven't shared yet on the channel here. So it's just another version of Spider-Man. I like the suit. I think it's cool. I'm going to pass on it though. I've just got rid of a bunch of Spider-Man pops myself. If I buy more Spider-Man pops, it'll probably have to just be something like extravagant, crazy, amazing. You see what I did there? Anyways, though, this is one of the expected exclusives for Marvel. We'll probably have maybe 1 or 2 more for Marvel, but let me know what you think about this Spider-Man so far. So correction, actually, there are 3 SDCC exclusive first looks now, because I'm adding this clip in of Sasuke Susanoo. What a crazy mold. Oh my gosh. And the blood running down the eye. This is a beautiful pop. Definitely the most intricate looking Susanoo pop to date. I mean, there was also Madara that we got for WonderCon not too long ago, but this Sasuke is probably the best, with its user at least, outside of the other Susanoo pops we've gotten. Nonetheless though, amazing. It looks beautiful. A glow on this would be crazy. I don't know why they're not doing glows on these, but purple usually comes out a little wonky, so I get this one. Now, this was actually spotted over at GameStop, meaning it could be shared with GameStop if I'm understanding. I don't know if it was Canada GameStop or US GameStop. But anyways, we'll find out closer to SDCC either way. Now, the last one we are waiting on for Susanoo's is Itachi now, and we've already had it rumored that it is actually coming soon. I think it might be later this year. And then I know a lot of people really want Shisui's, but I don't think that's going to happen given it only happened in the game, and that's a completely different license, but it would be beautiful. I love how his Susanoo looks. Nonetheless though, let me know what you guys think about this Sasuke here. I think I might end up passing on it like I did Madara, as much as I do like them and they're really cool. And I do actually have some of the other Susanoos. They're kind of in like 10-inch style boxes. I think the boxes are actually like 9-inch boxes, and they're just huge. And I don't really want to store those boxes, but the pops themselves are truly beautiful. So maybe down the line, I might change my mind if I, kind of restructure the collection a little bit, get rid of a little more pops if I have a little more room. But yeah, in this new house I moved into, I'm limited on space given this is now my office and collection room. So I can't go too crazy with the bigger pops, but it is definitely a beautiful mold. Now, the other exclusive we've seen first looks at is Stitch on the surfboard here. This actually looks pretty cool. He does have all the arms out, a little bit of water around the surfboard too. Definitely a great exclusive Stitch. I was kind of surprised though that this wasn't labeled as Pop Plus though. given it has a lot more detail in it. This must have been in the pipeline for a little bit, and then maybe it just didn't get a chance to get transferred over to Pop Plus. Either way, you will be paying a little bit of a lower price for this one, so that's always good. Now, those are all the SDCC exclusive first looks we have so far. If you don't know, SDCC is taking place later in July, between July 24th and 27th, so that's when those exclusives will go live. I am assuming maybe at the end of June or maybe 2 weeks into July is when we'll start seeing like SDCC announcements, because like I said before, Funko's also doing Anime Expo, and a lot of their focus is going to be on that event right before SDCC. So pretty crazy that they're doing 2 big events in July, but it's going to be an exclusive filled month, so stay tuned on that. If you guys have any further questions about SDCC or Anime Expo, drop a comment down below and I will do my best to answer it. Now, last but not least, we have Funko Fundays 2025. So this is going to be a very interesting event. It will be held over the course of 3 days. And the exact dates it will be taking place is June 27th through 29th. So it's literally like a week before Anime Expo. They're going to have all their eyes on this, and then a week later they're doing that, and then like 3 weeks later they're doing SDCC. This is all within like a month span. It's pretty crazy. Oh, and I meant to mention the event will be taking place at Funko Hollywood, and currently tickets are sold out. So we do have first looks at 5 exclusives from the online and in-person boxes. So first up, Pinocchio here. So Pinocchio is actually in the Sketch series, part of that Disney line, and we do actually have a 550 piece one for the show only box. And that is just like a sepia version of the other one you're looking at on the right, which is at 2,000 pieces in the online box. Not a crazy change there, which is pretty crazy. But the plot thickens, guys, because at a previous Fun Days last year, they actually used this very same mold here. If you want to check it out here, it's just a colored version of that, like a normal version. I didn't expect them to ever reuse a Fun Days exclusive. Now, while this is definitely one of the more creative Fun Days exclusives, because they did the detail throughout the full body versus other Freddy Funko Pops where they just head swap it. At the same time, just making a sepia version, only 550 pieces of the online box one is just kind of eh. I wouldn't say that's really good by any means. But don't worry, it definitely gets more interesting. Moving on to the next exclusive first look, sharing over from Savage Pops. Again, we do have Freddy Funko as Star-Lord in the online box at 1,500 pieces there. So doesn't really look like they did anything too crazy with the Freddy Funko head mold again. It would have been cool to maybe give him the mask or something. I think that would have been neat. But anyways, we also got looks at the in-person box variation, which is the same pop, just blacklight at 250 pieces. So very limited there. I'm sure a lot of people will be going after this one. But again, it's just blacklight of that other one. Nothing too crazy of a change, but at least it looks different, I suppose. Personally, I'm just over the blacklight fad. They used it for practically everything. It was once a really cool line, and then again, now it's just used on everything, and it's just way overdone. It's just not cool anymore when you do it to everything. But I do know there are some really big blacklight fans out there, so hopefully you can get this one at a decent price. Now, the last exclusive we got first looks at is another Marvel Pop, and we have Freddy Funko as Iron Man here, online box at 1,500 pieces. So I would say 1,500 pieces is still relatively pretty limited. But like I was saying before, there's not really a lot of thought put into this specific Freddy Funko here because it's just an older body mold head swapped. And granted, they do this a lot, so it's not necessarily anything new. I just wish they put a lot more detail into the head mold itself versus just taking an old Freddy head and putting on it. They could have given him the mask. They could have just done something, maybe a little battle damage, anything here to make it look a little bit better than what it just is just a head swap mold. Anyways though, guys, those are your 5 exclusives so far from Fun Days. I'm sure we're going to be getting a lot more first looks here soon. So again, feel free to let me know in the comments below what you would love to see from this event. I'm not really sure because I don't really care too much for the Freddy Funko ones. I don't even know if I have one in my collection currently. Just the whole Freddy Funko head swap thing has never been like, oh my gosh, I need it for me personally, but I know there are some diehard Freddy Funko fans out there that love all the swaps. So it's an interesting concept for sure. I've just never really cared too much about Freddy as a mascot like that in terms of collecting the pops. That aside though, I can't really say I'm like overall impressed with the Fun Days box so far. I wouldn't say there's anything too interesting here. I really do hope there are some better exclusive reveals down the line, because so far, I do not want to buy an online box. Nothing interesting enough that I want to go after here. Now guys, that pretty much catches you up on Anime Expo, SDCC 2025, and Fun Days news of everything we've seen so far. Feel free to let me know in the comments below, what are you guys thinking about these 3 events? I definitely like the Sung Jinu pop. I would like to pick that one up, but otherwise, I'm not seeing anything else from SDCC or Fundays that I'm looking forward to so far. Now, over the next 1 to 2 months, I will keep you guys as updated as I can on these 3 events, so stay tuned for all those updates. For now, though, make sure to hit the like button down below if you did enjoy, and subscribe and click that notification bell if you're new here. I do want to end off the video here by saying a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure you follow me on all my social medias at SkittleRampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page, so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.